Okay, Jenny, we'll see how this goes. I have never done anything like this, so it's kind of funny. Okay, so you're in your silhouette, and the first thing that you're going to do is search for the sign that you're doing. So we're going to do a large sign with the last name. It's the sign with the leaves on the side and also the date. So you're gonna go over here and go to the folder and open, and you are going to see all your documents. You're gonna go to signs right here, and then large signs, and then last name and date, and then last name with full date. So you'll see that it pulls up the master form. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this last name and the date to reflect the order that we received. So let me go and find an order. So let's do, wait, let's push this out of here. So let's do this one. The personalization that we're gonna do is right here. The Coopers, September 28th, 2019. So I'm going to go back to my silhouette screen, and I'm gonna go over here and select this A right here, and that's just the text. And go over here and just left click on my mouse and type out the Coopers. And this one has the apostrophe. And then the first thing that we're gonna do is highlight it and change it to this sweet font that we call it, or the Buttercup font. So on Silhouette, it's called Buttercup. So you're gonna go up here in the text box right here and just highlight it, and you can just start typing out Buttercup, and you can see it recommends it. So I'm gonna push enter, and you can see that it changes the font to Buttercup. So what I'm gonna do now is I am going to right click on this text box, and I'm going to weld the letters, and then I'm going to right click and group them. So if you look at that now, you can see that the welding connects all of the letters, and then when you group it, it just makes it so that the separate pieces all move together. So when you move it, you're not leaving anything behind. So if I go and ungroup it, you'll see that like I can move it and see how the S and the apostrophe stay there. So I'm gonna undo that, and I'm going to select all, right click, and group it back together. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go and I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't need this name. So I just left click on it and I delete it. And I'm gonna bring the Coopers up to here. And so I kind of leave a little bit of space on each of the edges just to make sure that when I go and print it, it doesn't get cut off. So for this sign, we know that the large signs are normally 17.5 inches in width and 5 inches in height. So we know that the height can only be 5 inches this way. If we go beyond that, it won't fit on the sign. And then we also know that the silhouette is funny, and if we go beyond 11.5 inches over here, that it'll cut it off. So you can go to the page setup, and the page setup is this, where's my mouse at? This first one right here. And you can even change the height to 5, just to double check to make sure that you're not going beyond the 5 inches so that it fits. So sometimes I just exit out of this. I don't know why this is there still. I exit out of this just so I can see. So I'm gonna resize the Coopers to make sure that it fits and make it as big as possible. So I don't wanna make it bigger than the 11.5 inches, but I also wanna make sure that the date still fits. So I would say that cuts it a little close. I don't know, I like to do like at least an inch. So I probably would go over here and resize the Coopers so that it's a little smaller. And it's okay if it doesn't go the full 11.5 inches. We just want to make sure it doesn't go bigger than 5. So, and then I want to center the date under the Coopers. So I kind of just eyeball it. You can see that there's like one and like 1.75 inches over here and right here, like, so it needs to go a little bit over here. So you can see that that is centered, and the only thing I need to do now is change the date. So I just double click and highlight this, and the date is always all capital. So the date they want is September, hard to type with one hand, September 28th, 2019. So now that I changed the date, you can see that I have to recenter it again. So recenter it back over here, and actually it looks like they're the same size, so it's really easy to center them. So I'm gonna just double check, make sure that I have the date right, and I'm gonna go up here, File, Save As, Save to Hard Drive, and then I'm gonna always, I don't know if you have a folder created yet for yours, but I always create an orders folder so it doesn't get mixed in with these masters. So I would create a folder for all of the personalized orders that you save. Click in orders, and then you can go in and just say Coopers. And then another thing that I do is every once in a while I'll go out and clean out these order folders. So if it's been a while and you know, like I have so many orders down here, I'll just go and select them all and delete them, because after we mail them out, we'll never have to make them again. So you can do that too, so they don't take up space on your laptop. Okay, so go and cancel out of here, and then you know that it's all lined up, it's all centered, so it's ready to print. So you go over here and press send up here in the right corner, and then you just want to make sure the speed is 8, so it's already set at 8, and the force is at 10, and then you just press send. And I'm not gonna do it, but hopefully that helps. So I'll load this and I'll keep adding some more examples for you so it's a little easier without me there.